What up, gamers? Frontier here, and welcome back to Frontline 2 Exilium. So yeah, let's continue the story over here now. Challenge. So yeah, let's do it. Let's see what's happening in this weird place. You remember her name, you say? Yes, I accepted my reward, and then I remembered. Is the reward linked to recovering memories? In that case, Mia and that other woman should have gotten at least one reward. Clearly, this wasn't their first time playing this game. Not long ago, I saw something bizarre after receiving Florence's reward. In that case, could that have been one of my memories? I think I knew that woman who was arguing with Muriel. Her name was Pauline, although I don't know what kind of relationship we had. Perhaps it's because she knows more now, but Esma's perpetually frightened face has a little smile on it at last. 5 minutes ago, I met Esma under the building for the second attraction, and she started a conversation with me. There were several guests around us, including Muriel and Pauline, who had just had their argument, though they seem to have calmed down now. Aren't you going to talk to them now that you remember the past? No, from what I remember, they seem trustworthy. Trustworthy? I know it sounds a little paranoid, but don't you think it's likely that the person who built this park might be hiding among us, taking part in the games, watching us run around for the grand prize like clowns? I assume Florence. Why do you think that? Why, I don't really have a reason for that. It's just a gut feeling. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm being oversensitive or something. When I just got here, I didn't remember anything. Just like me. But when I saw Mia, no, it wasn't just Mia or Muriel or Pauline. Truth be told, all the other guests felt familiar, apart from you. Felt familiar. I find myself glancing at Florence. She's the only one here who definitely feels familiar to me, and she's eagerly setting up the next event. When Esma speaks again, I quickly turn my gaze back to her. Getting that reward just now only made me more certain of that. Not only did I remember their names, I even began to recall snippets of memories from when we spent time together. And judging by their reaction, I think they've recalled a lot, just like me. I suddenly realized why she chose to talk to me instead of the other two. So your memories include everyone but not me, is that it? Let me think. What you're saying is that it isn't just you, but also Pauline and Muriel who don't remember me. In other words, that makes me the most suspicious person here. It's a perfectly reasonable deduction. It makes so much sense that even I'm beginning to doubt myself. After all, the only person who feels familiar to me here is Florence, the park manager. So, did you remember anything after receiving your reward? In fact, even after getting my reward, all I saw was it was also related to the park. I remembered some things too, but you weren't in my memories. So yeah, this place over here, like it was all like messed up. Like it was like a flash of it. I think I accidentally clicked through it in the previous video. I see. In that case, what did you remember? Esma gulps nervously and carefully watches me as though she's waiting for an answer she's been expecting for a long time. You're not the architect of this place, are you? I see. I thought Esma came to find me just to pry information from me based on what she knew. But now, it seems she's begun suspecting me based on what I just said. All I can remember is this park and that girl who's acting as the manager. I turned to look at Florence again. Is there anything else? Also, I saw this amusement park, but it was run down and looked completely different from how it does now. Is that what you want to learn? Perhaps it was the defensiveness in my eyes, but Esma seems to have realized that she was making her intentions too obvious. No, I didn't mean to suspect you, really. I'm sorry. Esma throws up her hands in a panic, and her face turns red, but her words have already betrayed her thoughts. It's alright, I don't mind. Truth be told, I'm starting to doubt myself too. I'm kinda curious, dude, like, who was the person in that in that Jiahui quest? I kinda forgot. Girls Frontline 2 Exilium Jiahui uh, event. Is it Esma? Because I really forgot if that was her or not. But yeah, I can't find it like right away, I think. Oh, here we go. Story. No, I can't find. Yeah, I can't find it. Like a real, like unless I look back at my video. Yeah, never mind then. I just do wonder if that's the same person or not. I forgot the name if it was Esma or not. I shrug with a bitter smile on my face. Maybe I'll look for it while the battle goes on. Still, now that you've asked so many questions, may I ask some questions of my own? Sure. What exactly was Mia's punishment? She doesn't seem to have shown up in this game. I knew it. You noticed it too. I saw it. I saw everything. These monsters, called clouds, dragged her away, and she might never come back. Might never come back. That ridiculous farce of a roller coaster was not a dream. It actually happened, and things like that will probably keep happening. So this punishment is death. I don't say it, but Esma nods knowingly. Perhaps, if the number of guests goes down, we might have a hard time even if you want to work together. At this rate, will anyone be able to clear the events at all? After hearing what Esma said, I immediately tally up the number of guests present. Apart from Florence and myself, there are 12 other guests here. I'll see. I see. I'll keep an eye on the number of guests. I thought, based on what Florence said, I thought there was actually a lot of people. But apparently there's like only 12, which is really not a lot. Like it makes this park feel more empty with that number of guests. At the very least, I'll try not to let this number go down. Thank you so much. Esma's face, which only just relaxed a little after hearing my answer, soon scrunches up again, and she grabs her head like she's in pain. But if we keep playing, we might end up dying in one of those dangerous rides, like Fleur. Do you really think we could keep going on like this? As Esma is about to burst into tears, she completely fails to notice someone surreptitiously sticking up behind her. Oh my, what's this? Do you want to back out too? Florence suddenly sticks her head between me and Esma, interrupting our conversation. Esma shrieks in terror as she notices Florence, flailing her arms wildly as she stumbles back. Upon noticing the costume clowns behind her, she frantically shakes her head like a pellet drum. Definitely wasn't thinking of that. No. Please let me continue. Well, in that case, since everyone's here, let's get started then, shall we? I can't wait to begin. Isn't that right, Commander? Florence laughs and inserts herself between me and Esma, then wraps herself around my arm. Oh my. Are we at a haunted house now? Dear guests, thank you for waiting. And now, our next attraction, Sweet Startling Night. In contrast to the festive feel of the rest of the park, a creepy building that is clearly out of the place here looms before the guests. The mottled, peeling exterior is covered by rusty metal ornaments, as though it's been exposed to the elements for centuries. The main door slowly opens towards us, and the pink sign above it falls as the wind blows. Inside the building is a fathomless darkness. Isn't that just a haunted house? Oh, this is no ordinary haunted house. It offers thrills beyond your limits, enough to make your adrenaline level spike. Florence parrots in place, and the clowns beside her obligingly scatter confetti and ribbons. Unfortunately, the audience seem entirely unmoved by her introduction, only staring nervously into the haunted house or hugging themselves as they stand off to the side. Well, at least nobody's trying to back out this time around. Good. We saw what happened to me after all. Yeah, if we play, we might not end up like Fleur, but if we don't play, we'll definitely end up like Mia. I'd like to ask, will there be any surprises halfway through, like last time? Of course. We've raised the stakes in all of our attractions to properly welcome the guests to our park. In addition to the usual scares in the haunted house, there will be ghosts present who will take the forms of people you know and talk to you. Still, you don't have to worry. You don't have to be too worried about them. Just don't let the ghost lead you astray. What happens if the ghost takes us away? Who knows? I guess we'll have a good meal? A look of disgust crosses Muriel's face as she realizes what Florence means. Quit looking down on me. I won't die here. Saying so, Muriel enters the building. She is soon followed by the others. Looks like we're the last ones, Commander. I hear screams from the guests up ahead. What have they encountered? Are you bothered by what's happening inside, Commander? In that case, I'll make an exception and spoil things for you. You must be very wary of illusions in there, Commander. That's strange. Why are we here? It's Muriel's voice, but her tone is entirely different from before. You idiot. Where did you get your license? At this rate, we won't reach LVI 14 if we drive through the night. It's Pauline's voice, similarly abnormal. How could you even handle all those transport runs with such crappy skills? If you tried that crap in the contamination zone, they'd suit your pants off. Shut the heck up. I'm checking the route now. Dang it, what's going on? Who changed the route, and when? Do you know how many shipments we've lost already? If we have to run up, we're all going down together. Gosh darn it, who messed with the vehicle auto navigator? The route's been messed up ever since we left the warehouse. Bloody heck, who else would touch it besides you? It's my fault. I'm sorry, I messed up. I messed everything up. Esma, why is it you? What are you doing here? You useless female dog. Stop causing trouble here already. Get the heck away from this shipment. It's my fault. I'm sorry. Please don't chase me away or kill me. No. Oh my. The mix of voices gradually fades away, and as the shrieking of brakes fill the air, I finally see what is before me. The interior of the haunted house is as expansive and as barren as the wastelands. There's a heavily battered transport truck stopped here. So they were all on board? I slowly approach the truck, but a pair of hands grab my arm. Don't go over there, Commander. The very next moment, a familiar form smashes through the warehouse or windshield and hits the ground hard, rolling to a stop at my feet. I'm sorry, don't kill me, no! Ah! Esma screams. Blood covers her face, preventing me from seeing her features clearly. It instantly snaps me back from my entrancement by those seemingly real voices. Right after that, several armed men jump down from the truck before us. They aren't Pauline or Muriel, but look more like Monkey security troopers. Is this what you meant by costume ghost? Nope, not even I can help you cheat in this event, Commander. It's her, that's her. She's the fake. Kill her. The monkey troopers speak in Muriel's voice. They point to Esma, who's lying on the ground, and raise their guns. Now then, Commander, how can you tell which of them is a ghost from the haunted house? Just as Florence finishes, a hail of gunfire blazes at us. Florence, get ready for battle. I've been waiting for this. Here we go. Yeah, while this goes, I'm gonna look at my own videos for the for the thing. There we go. Wait, where's it at? If I type in Jiahui. There we go. Yep, I have it here. Apparently I have not made thumbnails for this, what? I swear I made thumbnails for them. I'll need to check out my videos. Apparently I have no thumbnails for them. Even though I think I did. I just saw it right now. It's Ada. In the Jiahui event, her name is Ada. They're different people. It kind of feels weird of them just reusing the character art. It does make me a bit confused if that's really the character because, you know, it's a unique looking character. After fighting off the ghost, I look around, but I don't see Esma anywhere. Esma? I asked my question in the direction where the voices came from earlier, but there was no reply. Those people, were they all just illusions? As I pondered the question, I hear Esma scream from a nearby room, which confirms my something. What was it again? Supposition? Never heard of that word before. Stay close, Florence. Aren't you worried I'll get lost too, Commander? Right after that, I hear Muriel scream from another room. More and more strange noises start coming from the nearby rooms, which is actually strangely reassuring. Looks like those people from just now really were just illusions. But then why would I be seeing things regarding those people? Commander? It's a commander? Come in, Commander. Right, I'm here. Still, as the park manager, you should know this place very well, right? Of course. I'll make sure that I bring you safely out of here. Florence suddenly grabs my hand. What happened just now was too dangerous. Stay with me from now on, alright, Commander? I follow Florence forward. Our path this time is clearly different. With hardly any obstacle, we turn several corners before finally arriving in a large, spacious chamber. Be careful of the illusions, Commander. There's a truck in the middle of this room as well. Florence, what is the meaning of this? I point to the monkey uniform beside the truck. It's for you. Your clothes get torn during the previous battle, so I got a new set ready for you. However, I didn't have any spares, so I had to use some of the costumes from the costume ghost. It's clean though. Florence smiles and hands me a bundle of clothes. My clothes. When did they get damaged? I look down and sure enough, there's a huge hole there at my waist, although I don't remember when it happened. Honestly, are you waiting for me to dress you, Commander? Florence immediately steps forward and reaches out to me. No thanks, I can do it myself. I deflect Florence's hand, but take the clothes from her. A voice, which sounds like just like the one from before, rings out from the truck behind me. Esma, what are you doing here? Wait a minute, it's not just Esma. Even all the people who went missing on the previous mission are here too. What's going on? As the noise grows, the sound of the truck's engine gradually fades. Commander, are you listening to the argument from inside? I already told you to be careful of the illusions. Just ignore them and put the clothes on. We need to keep moving forward. As Florence keeps urging me, the sense of wrongness from before keeps growing. Right, got it. I nod, reach toward my waist, and then I draw my handgun and put the bullet between Florence's eyes. Oh boy. Aye. Commander? As her voice trembles, she stumbles backward and disappears, like one of the costume ghosts that I fought off earlier. Oh, she's one of the illusions. I knew it. So even this Florence was an illusion too. In addition to the usual scares in the haunted house, there will be ghosts present who will take forms of people you know and talk to you. Still, you don't have to be too worried about them. Just don't let the ghosts lead you astray. The very next moment, just like last time, a familiar form smashes through the windshield and hits the ground hard, rolling to a stop at my feet. I'm sorry. Don't kill me. No. Ah. I ignore this ridiculous display from before and turn away. Then I head out of the room until I find a door shining with light. Now then, congratulations on successfully completing Sweet Startling Night, dear players. Florence skips over to me, her chest bound up with ribbons into a big bow knot. When I see Florence like this and remember what happened inside the haunted house, I feel a sense of relief spread through me. What are you up to now? What I'm up to? It's reward time now, isn't it? The event is over, so it's time to claim your reward, no? It's over? So everyone's made it out to the haunted house? Yep, it's over, and everyone who hasn't made it out has probably been caught by the ghosts. I look around at the other guests and tally them up. Strange. Why are there only 11 people here? The missing person is Esma, and while all the other guests look shaken, one in particular stands out. Esma, I'm sorry, Esma. I really didn't know it was you. I thought it was a ghost. Oh wow. She probably killed her. Wow. What? Florence, did someone die in that haunted house? Ah, didn't you know, Commander? After all, you were there too. It seems Muriel saw too many illusions and ended up killing the real Esma by accident. Which means, Esma's final scream echoes in my mind, which goes blank. Commander, you're not feeling nervous, are you? After seeing I've been quiet for a while, Florence pushes her face in front of mine. I'm not in the mood to talk about rewards or anything at the moment. Florence wiggles her body and the big bow knot on her chest with it. It looks like the wind might blow it loose at any moment. But that won't do, Commander. If you refuse a reward, you'll have to accept a punishment. She's right. Muriel, who was still in view just now, has already left with the rest of the guests before I could speak to her. Reward time is here, and everyone must claim their reward. Look, Commander, I've been tied up by this ribbon. If you don't undo it, I won't be able to do anything. Is your heart really not stirred by the plight of poor old defenseless little me? After thinking back on what just happened now, I'm in no mood to indulge her. In other words, you can do anything you want to me. Florence bends down and lays loose on the end of the ribbon of my hand. While the ball seems to be in my court now, the squad of costume clowns behind are a silent reminder that I have no choice at all. With barely any strength needed, with just a tug of my fingertips, the ribbon slips free easily. Florence sticks her tongue out smugly. On the tip of her tongue, I see a blue and red pill. Wait, do we gotta choose one? Yeah, it seems kind of dangerous for her to put the pills in her mouth like that. What if she swallows it? I guess she won't be, like, affected by it because, she's a machine. I don't think it works like that. No, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. The sound of a metallic crash and the roar of an engine washed through the air overhead. Unlike how proudly she carried herself earlier, the current Muriel seems a little panicked. It was you. You did it. Muriel points at me. Pauline and I began suspecting you from the moment we got our reward, but Esma, that idiot, she still went to speak to you, even knew she knew there was something wrong with you. And after she spoke to you, she died in the haunted house. It must have been you. You killed Esma. You're the one to talk, considering you're the one who did it. If I'm not wrong, Esma's the second person you've killed so far, isn't she? Shut up. It's your fault, you female dog. You pushed me to it. Going on these runs is a pain, and I've been wanting to quit the job for a while, but you and Fleur, the two of you kept pushing and pushing and pushing. That's why I was so tense when Esma showed up. That's why... Runs? Jobs? I recall the illusion from the haunted house. Is she still lost in that illusion? Shut up, you idiot. You said too much. However, Pauline's reaction doesn't seem like she's talking about the illusion. Also, she doesn't seem as calm as before. You're still lecturing me. Even though we were in Mongi, you were still lecturing me. All I did was drive the effing truck. I didn't even touch the cargo. Is it my fault that it got lost? That's why I quit Mongi, but I got stuck with this crappy assignment on my last day, and now I'm in a place like this, doing this crap over and over again. Dang it, Fleur was right. I can't believe I've done this so many times already. I told you to shut up, right? And don't forget, you killed Fleur. After seeing Muriel grow more and more hysterical, Pauline drops with her with a single punch. After that, Pauline eyes me warily. Oh, don't mind me. Carry on. Did you remember anything after getting your reward? Shouldn't you put something on the table before trying to pump me for information? You heard it all just now, didn't you? That was our information. Looks like Pauline was trying to stop Muriel from talking about what they remembered after claiming the second prize. However, why is it that they recall what they recalled resembles what happened in the haunted house so closely? Once again, I looked at the nearby building. Perhaps it was a custom built for these guests who once worked for Mongi security, considering that the events within would line up. Right, I have no intention of hiding it, but unfortunately, what I remember is still related to this park. Related to this park? Yeah, I saw this park transform into a ruined abandoned place, like all this was just some dream taking place on a pile of rubble. But what does that mean? I know, he's the real killer. He doesn't have memories that line up with ours. There's no way that he's a friend. Esma also said everything he remembered was related to the park. Upon hearing this, Pauline eyes me warily. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't all about the amusement park. I remembered an email too. However, it looked like junk mail and the contents were vague, so I didn't pay it much attention. That's way too vague. Weren't there any details you remembered? Like, say, who wrote it to you? If I'm not wrong, it was a very familiar person with a showy personality who always liked saying weird things. However, I didn't hate them. Hey! Florence suddenly appears before me, as balloons and ribbons flutter down through the air around her. She smiles as brightly as the sun, instantly sweeping away the melancholia in the air. Thinking of me, Commander? Seeing how naturally Florence inserted herself in our conversation, she must have the third event set up and ready to go. For all I know, she might have been the author of that junk mail. Did you finally remember that little love letter of mine that I wrote to you? Florence looks excitedly at me. Uh, it a love letter? Love letter? Sorry, I called it junk mail earlier. See? He's in league with the manager. For all we know, he's the one who wants to see us dying off one by one. Oh, please. We aren't just in league. My body already belongs to the commander, you know. Wait, why don't I know this? See, Pauline, see? Florence grabs my arm, which only makes Muriel spiral harder, pointing at us while yelling up for Pauline to look. However, Pauline merely looks down and waxes thoughtful. Hey, Pauline, what are you navel gazing about? The mastermind is right here. Just these 2 kills, and we might be able to get out. I, I just can't keep doing this. It seems Muriel has fully accepted the fact that she has killed 2 people. Muriel, have you considered that if Esma died because she found out what's going on behind the scenes, then the fact that you're pointing and screaming like this means the next one is going to be... Huh? Muriel freezes up. Wait a minute. This isn't right. Muriel looks at me fearfully, then begins backing up. I told you, I'm not the mastermind. However, Muriel isn't hearing me anymore. Oh yes, and besides, even if I'm the manager, I have the right to flirt with interesting people, no? Way to undermine my rebuttal, Florence. Then, what should we do, Pauline? I told you, we should have killed him together. This is bad. Muriel starts hyperventilating. It looks like she's been wound up tight for so long that she might snap at any moment. She feels around her on her body, as though she's looking for something. What's wrong? Did you get all those bad habits back when you remembered your past? No, rather, I've become more and more on edge after not touching that for so long. Muriel checks herself from head to toe, but she still can't find what she's looking for. What are you looking for? Muriel gulps and shakes her head. So much for not touching touching goods. The goods. You were probably having a field day helping yourself to it. I'm guessing it's like drugs or something, or what? I've been working for so dang long, and you didn't even give me a effing raise. So what if I took a little? As Florence watches Muriel get more and more worked up, she sidles over and whispers into her ear. I know where to get what you want. Where is it? Florence's smile is as cheerful as ever. She throws her arms out like she's making an entrance and bows. Then she points to the sky. Around 24 suspended cabins dangle from the frame of the Ferris wheel while the wind blows past. However, the difference is that there are costume clowns climbing among them, clearly visible. The third event is about to begin. Everyone, welcome to Whirling Midair Maze. The announcement is accompanied by poppers going off, balloons rising into the air, and the colorful ribbons glinting in the sunlight. This is ridiculous. How could there be above us? Muriel looks where Florence is pointing, at the midair cabins, and then she sweeps away a ribbon that landed on her face. Suddenly, some thing falls out from one of the cabins. Dunk. It's Esma's corpse? Alright. It lands right in front of Muriel, less than a meter away. Her twisted features stare right into Muriel's eyes. Pushed past her limits, Muriel finally bursts into a scream. Esma, I didn't. It wasn't me. Muriel's legs give out from under as she collapses to the ground. Still staring at the body, or bloody mess that is Esma's body, she pants heavily, but all the deep breaths she's taking don't deliver any useful air into her lungs. All she manages to accomplish is produce a rapid, whooshing noise from her throat, like a set of bellows. Having trouble breathing? Muriel can't respond. She's too busy hyperventilating on the ground. Meanwhile, Florence kneels down in front of Muriel like a kindergarten teacher, teaching Muriel how to breathe properly with a smile and exaggerated motions. Oh my, you can't be so hasty. Come, follow me now. Open your mouth and breathe out, in, out. Hmm, what a good girl you are. Florence smiles condescendingly and pats her head. Hang on, this is not proper procedure for dealing with hyperventilation. Seeing as Florence is a medical doll, she should clearly know better. What she's doing now is nothing more than a form of sadistic mockery. Ugh, heck. Naturally, it does not help Muriel at all. She dry heaves, then begins feeling her body up and down, checking all of her pockets. However, she still does not find what she's looking for. What you're looking for is in there. Florence smiles evilly and tousles Muriel's hair. What on earth is she looking for? Huh? Unable to speak, Muriel gets up and runs towards the Ferris wheel. Whatever. Once I board it, I'll find out what she's after. With that thought in mind, I head over to the Ferris wheel too. Oh my, I forgot to mention. There are scary illusions that inside those cabins which make you go crazy like Muriel. You might not have a good time if you don't find that. Once again, I am filled with a sense of foreboding. I look at the cabins, which greatly outnumber the guests, and decide to ask what's on my mind. And each cabin has what Muriel needs, is that right? Well, that might need a little luck, Commander. An inconclusive answer. This is a special stage, Commander. I hope you have fun. Florence pats my shoulder, encouraging me like before, but when I look behind her, at Isma's corpse, which she was using without a care in the world, a chill runs down my spine. And there's a battle here too. Which, yeah, I'm not sure how, like, a battle would make sense here. But it's something. So yeah, right now we're just on a Ferris wheel. Let me also look that up too, because that video of mine that I looked up earlier, I swear I made thumbnails for that. Let me see. I did. But then when I searched on YouTube, it didn't show it. That's weird. Okay. Like, I used YouTube to search up my videos, but there was no thumbnail, like custom thumbnail, but there should be. I did check it out on my YouTube studio. Now then, congratulations to all our players for successfully completing the Rolling Midair Maze stage. I've become a little numb to her mechanically repeated congratulations speech. Rather, I'm more concerned about the number of guests left over after this round. 10. But no matter how many times I count, I can only find 10 guests remaining. This is one less than before the round started. I'm going to stand up, guys, because I've been sitting down for so long. And the person missing is Muriel. I look up at the Ferris wheel. One cabin is tightly shut, and a feeling of dread rises up in my heart. Pauline seems to be thinking the same thing as me, and we both head toward the Ferris wheel. And now, the much anticipated reward time. Where are you two going? Once the cabin finally comes to a halt, Pauline and I slowly open the sealed door. As expected, Muriel is in there. However, she is hanging upside down in an unnatural way, trussed up by the rope that was meant to ensure her safety. The interior of the cabin is a mess. It seems she spent a long time searching it. Her body is covered in some unidentifiable goop, but before I can try to deduce its nature, I am hit by its complex odor. Oh my, I do apologize for this. I'll clean it up later. It's time to collect your rewards, so run along now, otherwise there might be trouble. After seeing our reaction, Florence goes to urge the other guests to claim their rewards, then hurries over to us. What's this? I squeeze an object in my hand. It is a pink capsule that I found in my cabin seat. After considering that this might be what Muriel was looking for, I didn't use it and kept it aside. Perhaps Muriel was just unlucky and didn't manage to find a drug. Anything that could happen when you have to face an enemy in a mentally unbalanced state. I saw it all. Pauline suddenly speaks up, her eyes fixed on Muriel. There was no medicine inside her cabin, and the door was locked. She kept throwing up even even as she was searching, trying desperately to survive until those clowns showed up. Alright, I'm gonna sit down now. There we go, my VTuber model should be normal. As she says this, clowns turn up behind Florence once again. Don't worry about such trivial things. Cheer up a little. You cleared the stage, didn't you? Isn't the reward the most important thing? Once you claim your reward, you'll forget all about those revolting things. Florence produces a pair of party poppers out of nowhere and places them in my and Pauline's hands. The other clowns hand out poppers to the rest of the guests. Meanwhile, she has a party popper of her own. Bang! Florence sets hers off in front of us. The confetti flutters down on us, carried by the wind, completely out of place amidst the silence between myself and Pauline. I understand. Pauline hesitates for several seconds, then looks at Muriel one last time before turning and leaving. Next up, a lovey-dovey world for two. Commander, I promise you'll be thoroughly satisfied with this reward. Florence takes out her syringe, filled with pink liquid of unknown origin and effects. Are you gonna jab me this time? Unlike the capsules from the previous two stages, Florence lightly depresses the syringe plunger, then moves up to palpate my neck. However, after the events that just transpired, and perhaps because I can pick up the hints of madness in Florence's personality, I find myself repelled by her. Huh? Florence is also taken aback when she sees that I'm pushing her away. What's wrong, Commander? Weren't you having fun earlier? Is it true that Florence hasn't done me any harm? However, the terrible fates that befell Esma and Muriel play out in my mind again. Commander? Florence seems to sense what I'm thinking because she steps forward and presses herself against me. Don't you trust me? She looks up, tracing a circle in my chest, like she's teasing me or perhaps flirting with me. Perhaps in the past, I might have simply written this off as one of her typical pranks, but now it all seems off. However, in my moment of hesitation, is enough for her to plunge her syringe's needle into me. What is this? Soon, the strength has fled my body. Florence pushes lightly, and I collapse to the ground. Oh my, I'm sorry, Commander, but you seem so insistent on struggling. I found it hard to resist the urge to do something to you. What are you going to do? Florence smiles smugly, and then straddles my body. Then she feels around and retrieves the pink capsule I hid. I'm going to give the hard-working commander his well-deserved reward, and of course, in a little extra. Please enjoy it. Give it back. Honestly, Commander, this could be considering cheating, you know. The fact I haven't punished you is being quite lenient already. You mustn't be greedy. Also, the medicine shouldn't be casually taken. See, you're starting to spout nonsense now. But I haven't eaten a thing besides what you gave me. Much as I'd like to say, I am currently too weak to say anything at all. Now, allow me to give you some treatment. Her smiling face blurs in my vision, but Florence's voice still echoes in my ears until I plunge into the abyss. Yeah, dude, still very confused and like, dude, what the heck is going on, man? So yeah, we get memories back after each reward and stuff. How far are we? Feels like maybe 2 more videos to go, if I had to guess. Hey. A familiar voice speaks into the girl's ear in the darkness. She opens her eyes and sees that medical doll and her devilish smile. Naturally, she's holding out her usual medical cart with various syringes laid out on it, as well as many unique concoctions, which the girl cannot name at the moment. Did I wake you? It's injection time. It's alright. Not like I was sleeping anyway. You weren't sleeping? Florence suddenly becomes more alert. I just didn't want to. Why do you have all these syringes here anyway? All these jabs? It's not like they're going to do any good, are they? The girl frowns and looks down, tugging at the hem of her gown. At a glance, what lies beneath her a pair of perfectly ordinary and pretty girl's legs. But on closer inspection, an observer will realize that her body has been forced into an illusion of normalcy. Nobody besides her physician, Florence, knows exactly what kind of hideously deformed body lurks under her tight bindings. She glances at the motorized wheelchair beside her, the object that is practically a second pair of legs for her. Her innate deformities and frail constitution have left her unable to use prosthetic limbs. The various devices attached to the wheelchair have practically turned her into an extension of herself. It's a waste for me to still be alive. She knows it's wrong to think that, but she can't help thinking it anyway. The less said about being treated or cured, the better. She knows she doesn't deserve such a good ending. After all, she isn't an amazing person or anything. What should I do? Alright, if the treatment succeeds, I'll give you a reward. How about that? A reward? Upon hearing this, the girl's eyes lights up again. Really? Wow, I can't wait. Your last reward left me excited for an entire day. I wonder what kind of reward it'll be. I'm sure it'll be really exciting coming from you, right, Florence? The gloominess on the girl's face has vanished. She hums a nameless song, eagerly awaiting Florence's pre-injection examination. However, Florence's eyes turn ice cold in an instant. So, was this what you were doing when you were sleeping? Florence grabs a mug by the girl's bedside table and splashes into the ground. Its former contents were deep-colored fruit juice that radiated an alluring aroma. What the heck? I was going to drink that. Utis content exceeds the maximum safe dose by 223.8%. Daring today, aren't we? Florence lightly licks her fingers to acquire a sample of the liquid and then shows the scan results to the girl. I guess that counts as praise coming from you? I told you, you can't keep taking Utis if you want to get better. I know that. She's clearly aware that taking Utis is trying to quench her thirst with poison wine. But for her, working hard to live on is little more than enduring pain today to suffer more tomorrow. Rather than live on like that, perhaps just trying to find pleasure in each day that passes might be a more realistic option. I just want to experience some fun things every day, and this is one of them. You mean I can't even do that? Say, Florence, you know everyone's taking this stuff, right? It's not like this is a safe zone or anything. It's perfectly normal here. I've spent 20 years in pain and boredom, so you can't blame me for doing this, right? The girl's hands reflexively tighten around her knees, and she gazes ardently into Florence's eyes. I don't belong in this dang world. For people like us, simply being conscious is the greatest suffering of all. Florence does not reply. Instead, she puts away her syringes and medical apparatus. It seems this treatment session will not be carried out. When you fool your senses with narcotics, you're not seeing the real world, only an illusion. Only an illusion? If life is an illusion, then I'm no less an illusion, and thus, being thus, the illusion is real to me. Why do I have to be fully conscious of everything? I'm happier, more comfortable like this. I just want to feel better. So yeah, this is very interesting, man. So can I hear that again? I'm just wondering if this also is related to the park. I'm assuming that the reward, or not the reward, but like whatever thing that she gave us, like just anything at all, it doesn't have to be the reward. Like maybe we're seeing the park in a lively and happy way, but realistically it's probably like all run down and stuff. Like somehow her, like whatever she gave us, like I said, it doesn't have to be the reward. It doesn't have to be that. Maybe it's like affecting our eyes. Yeah, maybe affecting our eyes to maybe see it that way. I'm human, I'm not a doll or a Neelid. It hurts to live like this, and it's hard to live more comfortably. I'm just wondering if like this is why we're seeing the illusion of like this happy park. Because maybe Florence like took this experience over here. It took this experience and maybe tries to understand like her, where if you're in pain, maybe give them an illusion of like happiness, and maybe that's why we're kind of seeing this right now, like in the park. In the first place, humans can't ever perceive the real world. All we perceive are what our senses tell us. What difference is there between the excitement and joy that I see in my illusions and what you can perceive? You see, I can enjoy living like this now, driven by the intense emotions which fill her. The girl tries to rise, but even getting up is difficult when her lower body is paralyzed. However, the drugs she's taken have inured her to pain and weakness, replaced by a constant feed of dopamine. Did you know, Florence? This is the real miracle. My pain has all been converted to pleasure. The girl's body trembles and she gulps down the drool that's been constantly building up. While I don't want to say this again, this is due to cognitive impairment brought about by your severe brain damage. Meanwhile, Florence seems to have grown used to all this and chuckles nonchalantly. Excessive emotional outbursts aren't good for you. I hope this drug hasn't completely fried your brain yet and made you forget how you left Monkey Security. Saying so, Florence pushes the medical cart away and prepares to leave the ward. Wait, Florence! The girl grabs Florence's sleeve. You aren't going to punish me? Even if you don't reward me, as long as there's punishment. So yeah, now there's punishment too, man. Like all this is pretty much the park and how she's running it. The girl's face is flushed and pink. There's no way to tell what she's thinking. Your body can't bear the injections now, otherwise you'll suffer great pain, so much that you might wish you were dead, you know, or you might just die on the spot. However, this only seemed to excite the girl more. She pants heavily, and her breathing grows chaotic. Really? Now I'm curious. I want to know just what kind of pain that would be. Even if I died, how would it be any worse than how I'm living now? Or perhaps what you call pain might end up being pleasure for me. Florence looks at the girl, and then she laughs, as though she's suddenly amused by her. In that case, why don't you tell me what the world you're seeing now is like? After hearing that, the girl looks out the window. Her eyes sparkle, and for a moment, Florence thinks she can see something in her eyes. An amusement park. A happy, lively, heavenly place. There, you can be happy, no matter what you seek. Yeah, here it is, man. The girl grabs Florence's hands and pulls her over. Their eyes meet, her eyes wide and unblinking, fully exposed to Florence. Can you see it? A dreamscape filled with cries of joy, a kaleidoscopic fantasy, one that makes my heart race and fills me with non-stop pleasure, one that makes me feel like I'm still alive. For a moment, Florence can almost hear the laughs and music from the park, but soon, the girl's hurried panting drowns those sounds out. Can a person's fantasies really influence others? A guess that's so bold that even Florence finds it so hard to believe begins welling up in her neural cloud. She can clearly feel her clock speed rising and the circulatory fluid flow rate going up. She's getting excited too, even if she didn't intend it to be. In the end, Florence breaks away from the girl and turns away, leaving the ward. On her way out, she notices an amusement park stamp book on the girl's bedside table. It's old, but it's been very well preserved. Okay. I'm guessing that's the origins of the park then. Alright. Well, yeah. I think that'll be pretty much it for now. Next time we'll continue. Looks like maybe around 2 more videos. I was hoping to like maybe do this like around, you know, like 3 videos in total, but yeah, this is a longer event, it seems. Yeah, maybe because I did that one heroic mode where it did take me a while. But yeah, next time we'll, you know, keep on going for maybe around 2 more videos if the pacing is just like this. But it's been like, what, doing 3 per video, it seems, and yeah, we'll do pretty much the 3 in the next, maybe 4, then the same afterwards. Okay. You know what? I do like Florence a lot, man. Like, I do like her, like, crazy attitude. I've always liked the crazy characters that are, like, also hot, too. So, I'll do 1 more pull for Florence. Maybe I'll try to get her. Nope. Maybe I'll do one more 10 pull. I do like her character a lot. I think she's fun. Dang, dude. Actually, I think I'm all full, like fully for Florence now. Let's just go do the next 5, like guaranteed 5 thing. Come on. When is it gonna pop up? Like I got her weapon too, right? Oh wait, now it's the 20 pull. Maybe I'll do single pulls now. Yeah, I do like her character, man. I do like her character. But we'll see if we get her or not. Okay. Here we go. You think we got her? Hey, there we go, Florence. We got her. Alright, good. Okay, I'm happy now. Hey, there we go. No, yeah, for me, like, I feel like I never had anyone that feels as close as like a waifu. Like maybe I want to say Nicole in Zenless Zone Zero, but Florence is like a good second too. All right, so there you have it. I got her. Next time we'll try to like finish this whole thing within like 2 more videos. But yeah, I think that'll be for now, guys. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good